of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good afternoon. Today we are here to recognize and honor the Titan graduates from the TAHS High School class of 2024. This marks our 21st commencement ceremony for TAHS School District. Class of 2024, we are extremely proud of your achievements and accolades. You are truly a one-of-a-kind group. And if you're here, you know this, that you are just wonderful people. I can't say it any more than that. You're an awesome class. You've left a legacy of Titan pride through achievement and high character. Always remember, once a Titan, always a Titan. So, we appreciate you attending the 2024 Commencement program. I'd now like to introduce TAHS School District Superintendent Dr. Jennifer Lowry, who will introduce our keynote speaker.
Congratulations, class of 2024. This is why we do what we do every day. It's an honor to introduce our speaker this afternoon, Mr. Clark. He's in his 38th year of teaching. For the past 16 years, he has taught social sciences at TAHS High School. In addition to teaching social science, Mr. Clark supports our driver's education program. 16 years post-driver's education. Yes, he is close to safety. His son, Riley, is a freshman at TAHS and keeps him busy attending all of your activities as well as Riley's, from sports to the arts. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to welcome not only your commencement speaker, but our 2024 Teacher of the Year, Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Dr. Lowry, members of the school board. Members of the school board, Mr. Knudsen, Mr. Freeheim, colleagues, parents, guests, good afternoon to all of you, and most especially good afternoon to you, friends, members of the class of 2024. Thank you so much for giving me this honor, this privilege, to speak to you on this very special day. So as I look out on all of your smiling, happy faces today on this your last day at TAHS High School, I'm reminded of your first day here, the day you arrived as freshmen in August of 2020. And that day, first time I ever met most of you, I couldn't see your faces. And you couldn't see mine because, of course, we were all wearing masks. 2020 was our pandemic year. We were returning to school that August, having left abruptly 5 months earlier, not knowing when or whether ever we might return. We had finished the preceding year online, virtual school, something that's become a routine part of our plans now, was brand new to us then, but we did it. We figured out a way to do it, all of us working together, and in August, we were back in person, a little uncertain, a little uneasy, but here we were, together again, and the rest, as they say, is history. I have many memories of that most unusual year, but one stands out for me especially. One of our COVID protocols was that every teacher was expected to clean every desk in our classrooms between each class group. So 6 times a day, I was expected to sanitize each of the approximately 30 desks in my room. Now, I took this job very seriously. I picked these up out at Fleet Farm at the start of the year. I was pretty proud of these for sure. And then they gave us one of these district approved spray bottle. was filled with a mixture of dish soap and water, district-approved formula, strong enough to kill any bacteria that ever existed on the planet. And of course, a district-approved microfiber cleaning cloth, on the other hand. It came in a wide variety of pastels. I chose cut and gold for today's story. But every day, that's what I would do. The bell would ring, and I would gear up, and I'd start the process of cleaning the desk. One group would leave, the other would come in, as you remember, stand and wait for me to finish, or you sit down. So one day, near the end of the year, I was doing that. It was passing time. I was cleaning my desk. When I heard out in the hall the disturbance, was the raised voices of two students, girls, so you got it. They remain unnamed for today's story. But they were definitely having some kind of a disagreement, let's put it that way, an altercation. And I knew that, of course, I was going to need to take action. So I sprang into action with my spray bottle and my rag and my gloves still in hand. I ran into the hallway. There they were. I positioned myself strategically between them, and I gave it one of these. Knock it off. Entirely ineffective. They weren't attention at all. I just kept yelling and screaming and getting angrier. And they kept moving closer to me and toward one another. And I realized very quickly that the only offensive weapon I had at my disposal was my spray gun. So with my finger on the trigger, I started alternately pointing it at it. I'm serious. Knock it off. They were getting madder and madder and moving toward me. And right at the point where I was going to have to make that decision, that trigger, that one of them had it right in the face. Out of the corner of my eye, I looked, and there came Miss Davis. Mrs. Olson, I don't even know where she appeared from. She just suddenly appeared, and she came swooping. I mean to tell you, she swooped in there like a bat. Took the two girls by the arm, whisked them down the hall, and just like that, the crisis for me had passed. So I turned around to go back into my room. There, standing against the lockers, were about 10 students, including, I think, a few of you, all with your phones in hand, who had recorded the entire thing. Well, I want to tell you, that night, for the first and only time in my life, I went viral. It was my debut appearance on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, now known as X. There were hundreds of views and likes, and hearts, and retweets and comments in the days to come. One of our students commented, "Clark, those gloves are sick." It kind of hurt my feelings until I found out about 2 months later that many liked them. The comments came from near and far. A woman with the username of California Mama hearted the video and commented asking if anyone knew how she could DM me. I didn't know what that meant either. I concluded it might mean dead man. Later when I found out it meant direct message, I was kind of sorry we didn't try to connect. But someone even made a meme out of me to a Taylor Swift song. It was like, never, never, never. Well, it was certainly one of the proudest days of my career. And I just want to thank any of you that had anything to do with giving me my 15 minutes of internet fame. And I want to thank Mrs. Olson, for bailing me out of that very awkward situation that I was in. But seriously, the thing I will remember most about that year is you, the freshman class of 2020, you and all the other classes who were here that year. There were so many uncertainties as we began that year. But I know that somehow, on the first day of school, I had a feeling that we were going to be okay. I could see it in your eyes. Behind the masks, you wanted to learn, we wanted to teach, we needed one another. And even though we were still in a very dangerous time with the pandemic, you did what was asked of you. We all worked together. We were able to keep the doors open all year long. We were grateful to you then. We were proud of you. We want you to know we're all very proud of you today. Now, those of you who were in my classes know that I always have a lot of facts that I want you to learn. Lots of facts, right? But equally important to me is that I always want to try to get you to think. I try very hard to never tell you what to think, but I always try to give you something to think about. And I hope to do that again today. Today is a day to reflect on the past, to celebrate the present, to look forward to the future. There's a single word that is used to describe the passage and progress of our lives from the past to the present to the future. Our word is time. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about time, about your time. And I'd like to suggest three things that I think you should try to do with your time. The first thing I'd like to encourage you to do with your time is this: reflect upon your history. The value of history cannot be overstated. History is what makes us a nation. It is our shared common experiences that unite us. Our history is the common thread that weaves us together as one people. We cannot truly understand who we are as a nation if we do not know our history. Who we are is who we were. History is the only guide we have to the future. But history is only valuable to us if we know it, and if we reflect upon it to try to learn its lessons. And it's only valuable if we study all of it. The triumphs and accomplishments, of which we are rightfully proud, but also our failures, the times in which we must acknowledge that we have failed to live up to the truth of our nation's truth. There has been, in this country, recently, an effort to censor history, to revise it, to avoid talking and teaching about those things which make us uncomfortable. I cannot think of a more dangerous course for us to follow. In the midst of the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln warned the nation, we cannot escape history. So I say to you today, neither can we, nor should we ever try to escape. Remember this, history is hope. Studying and reflecting on history offers us the opportunity to create a better future, to avoid repeating the tragic mistakes of the past. History is not merely a record of the past. History is the lens through which we should view the present. And history is always a call to action for the future. But history offers us the hope that we can form a more perfect union. That's the very first reason our founders stated in the Constitution for establishing this nation. Our nation, our union, is not perfect. It has never been perfect. Creating a more perfect union has been the task placed before every generation of Americans. Today, class of 2024, we cannot This is your time to make history. You have no higher calling as a citizen than to be an active participant in the life of this nation. The 21st century will be your century. The challenges we face are monumental. Don't be a bystander as events unfold around you. As a citizen of this great democracy, you have the opportunity, the privilege, and the solemn responsibility to be part of shaping the present in which you live. It is your duty. You owe it to all the generations of Americans who, through their blood and sacrifice, made it possible for you to do this. But to truly participate in the present will require some effort. No generation before yours has ever had greater access to information. But because of that, no generation has ever faced a greater challenge in determining what is faction. In a world filled with misinformation, disinformation, and blatant lies, you will have to actively seek out the facts. You must find the factual evidence to determine what is true. Facts are true. They're true because they're documented and supported by evidence. Facts can be verified. Opinions, on the other hand, express feelings, attitudes, values, judgments, and beliefs. Opinions are neither true nor false. Everyone is entitled to their own opinions about the facts. No one is entitled to their own facts. In order to make responsible decisions as a citizen of this democracy, you must find the facts, and then form your opinions, whatever they will be, and act based on the facts. Thomas Jefferson once said, "Wherever the people are well informed, they can be trusted with their own government." History has shown us how fragile a democracy can be. Its survival depends entirely on the people who hold the power of vote in their hands. Class of 2024, this democracy will soon rest in your hands. It is a precious thing. Handle it with the greatest care. Be a fully engaged participant in the present, and let only the facts be your guide as you participate in making the history of your time. The third thing I'd like to encourage you to consider doing with your time is this. Invest in the future. You notice I did not suggest that you should dream about the future or merely imagine it. Invest is an action verb. It requires you to do something, to sacrifice something of value to you in the expectation that it will grow and produce a profit. But today, I want you to consider investment not in terms of money, but in terms of something much more valuable to you than money. I recently heard a story about the great American actor, Sidney Poitier. Some of you in the audience today, I think, will remember Sidney Poitier. In 1963, he became the first African American to win an Academy Award for Best Actor in a Motion Picture. In a career that had spanned 5 decades, he helped fight discrimination through the roles he portrayed on stage and on screen. He was given the Presidential Medal of Freedom by President Obama in 2009. Raised in the Bahamas with very little formal education, at the age of 16, Sidney Poitier moved to New York City, hoping to become an actor. He had all the gifts and talents and a burning desire to act. But when he got an audition at the American Negro Theater in 1943, supported himself by working as a dishwasher in a New York City restaurant. And each night, when his shift ended, he would take the restaurant's copy of the newspaper and sit at the table and begin to pore over it, trying to see if he could possibly teach himself. One night, as the teenager sat staring at the paper, trying to decipher the words in each headline, an older man, who was a waiter at the restaurant, stopped by his table. Portier would later describe him as an elderly Jewish guy. And the man said to young Sidney, "So what's in the paper?" And after hesitating for a moment, Portier looked at the man, embarrassed, and said, "I can't tell you what's in the paper, because I can't read it." "Oh," said the man. "Well, listen, would you like me to read it with you?" And that night, and every night, for the next 6 months, the man would end his shift, and with the restaurant closed, he would sit at the table with Sidney Portier, teaching and helping him sound out the words until at last he had taught him to read. You see, that man invested in Sidney Portier, the most valuable thing he had, his time. Time is also your most valuable asset. All the money you will ever make in your life can never buy you 1 minute of time. Invest in the future by investing your time, your precious time, not only in pursuits that will make money for you, but invest also in the lives of others. I challenge you today, each of you, to think about all the people who have invested in your life in ways great and small to make this day possible. Find a way to thank them today and in the days to come. But then honor them throughout your lifetime by investing in others just as people have invested in you. That is how your own lives will be truly enriched. That is how the life of this nation will be enhanced. That is how the life of the world will go forward. We are not here just passing time. We are not here to live for ourselves alone. Since the beginning of time, it has always been true. We need one another. Today, each of you begins this passage through time, your time, in pursuit of your life that you envision for yourself. As you go along your way, do all that you can to help others have a good life too. Members of the class of 2024, my wish for each of you is that you will have a very good life. Thank you.
The Tieri High School Concert Choir, directed by Mrs. Stephanie Ramick, will now perform "A Million Dreams," arranged by Mac Huff. I'd now like to welcome Tieri High School salutatorian Caitlin Basika.
Hello, everyone. I was planning on getting up here and saying something nice and simple, like, well, that's a wrap. But when I ran this past my parents, they said no. So here's my speech. Hey guys, it's an honor to be standing before you today as salutatorian of our graduating class. My name is Katie, and I want to welcome everyone here and express my gratitude for you being here on this special day. There are many people out there who have helped my fellow classmates and I get to where we are today and have the opportunity to move on to bigger things. So, on behalf of my classmates and myself, I'd like to give out a couple of thank yous. First, a big thank you to all the teachers out there who have put up with us and given up countless hours to help educate us. We would not be here today without the patience, passion, and support we get daily from our teachers. Second, I would like to thank the rest of the administration here at TAHS. This has really been a great space for us to come learn and engage with others. This school is well run and filled with staff who care so much about us. We appreciate everything you have done and continue to do to make this school a great learning environment. I also want to thank all the parents and family members who have made this day possible. All throughout our lives, you have supported us in any way imaginable, and we could not be more grateful. You have sacrificed time and opportunities to get us to school, help us get materials we may need for a project, help us with our homework, and so much more. You have been there for us through highs and lows and encouraged us throughout our school years. Personally, I would like to thank all of my classmates. As many of you may know, I moved here from Minnesota my freshman year. Being new to this school, I was very nervous. However, I was accepted right in. You guys made me comfortable, and I never felt alone. You guys have been great friends to me from the moment I moved here, and I'm very thankful for all you've done for me. We have been through so much and have made so many good memories together. My favorite thing about this class is how much we support each other. Whether that be us cheering each other on and dressing up in new themes for all the sporting events, or just helping each other out with assignments and homework at school. Given that, I have a couple pieces of advice for all the incoming senior classes and my graduating class moving forward. My first piece of advice is this: use your gifts to make those around you better. If everything is me first, me second, and me third, everything sucks. The joy comes when we use our gifts to make the person to the right and to the left of us better. When you get to a point where no one owes you anything in return, you know that what you were doing is right. Our gifts are not for us, they are for us to give away. Rather than thinking, how can I use this gift to benefit myself, our first thought should be, how can I serve others with this gift I've been given? Once we reach this point, we will find true joy. My second piece of advice goes hand in hand with the last one. Always do your best. Now this may seem simple to say, but it is so important. You will get so much more satisfaction from working hard and trying your best in everything you do than just cruising through life not caring about anything. As I said before, we are all given gifts, but if we don't try our best with these gifts, we are wasting them. As I close today, I want to invite my classmates to close their eyes and reminisce on our past years together. Remember freshman year when we had to wear those masks? Gross. Remember sophomore year when the football team made it to the state championship and we all went to give them our support, and then they choked. Remember junior year when, actually I don't remember anything from junior year, so moving on. Senior year, what a year. Remember when we all went to eat breakfast together outside? Remember when we won tug of war at homecoming? Wow, we are strong. Remember when the girls' basketball team made it to the state championship game? And then they choked. Shout out to all the soccer players who never choke. Remember when we had to do positive chemistry? I will not be missing that. I'm just kidding, Miss Kaiser. That's my highlight for sure. And soon we will all be able to remember this day and all the challenges we had to overcome to graduate. Congratulations to all of us for graduating. We did it. Let's go.
Great job, Caitlin. I would now like to welcome to Area High School valedictorian Taylor Gervais.
Not quite as tall as Katie. Wow, guys, we really made it. I was pretty sure we were doomed after Mr. Berg was barricaded out of his room in the 8th grade. And then again, after a toilet went missing and I heard that the boys' bathroom stalls were removed. But here we are. And on behalf of the senior class, I want to say thank you to the family members who helped us survive our antics, to the teachers for putting up with us over the years, and to everyone who's helped us along the way. Your sacrifices are why we are here today, and we are forever thankful. Class of 24, I may not know all of you personally, but I know that you are standing, or sitting, I guess, in front of me today because of your hard work, so congratulations. For those of you in the room who don't know me, my name is Taylor Johannesson. My class would probably describe me as the girl who was way too perky for anyone at 7:30 in the morning on a school day. The girl who has been in Europe for 3 months. And the girl who's been waiting to stand and talk to you right now since 3rd grade. So, when it came to write my speech, I was brainstorming. And like a shining star of inspiration, my dad walks in the house and says, "Again? You're watching this again?" Sure enough, I was. He had just gotten home from work, and I still had an hour left of my movie, but I didn't care, because I watch Alice in Wonderland more than any person probably should, but it's worth it, because every time I get sucked into this world of color, imagination, and freedom. So, I would spend my days as a kid and teenager imagining a world where you paint white roses red, have tea at all hours of the day, and talk with the animals to make decisions. Yes, we are still talking about Wonderland, not the agriculture department. But why? Each step we've taken, every challenge we've faced, and every triumph we've celebrated has brought us to a pivotal point of change, celebration, and a recognition of our growth. Therefore, before we walk this stage and are officially high school graduates, I have 3 pieces of advice to help prepare you for the journey ahead, and it all goes back to Wonderland. C.S. Lewis is the writer of Alice in Wonderland, and the dreamer himself once wrote, "Why, sometimes I believed in as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." Now, I am not telling you to think about Mr. Fry smiling in class, Mr. Robinson letting loose a bit, or Mr. Decker ever changing up his 5 outfits of the week, because those may actually be impossible. I'm telling you that in the hustle and bustle of adult life, it's easy to lose sight of the wide-eyed wonder and boundless imagination that defined our childhood years. But it's precisely those qualities, the ability to dream big, to see the world through fresh eyes, that will sustain us on our journey forward. Being able to see the impossible makes things a little more possible. And with creativity, those dreams that once seemed so far away can become your reality. Therefore, I urge you to remember your inner child and hold on to those dreams, aspirations, and optimism. Because 6 impossible things before breakfast could open worlds that are yet to be imagined. The second lesson that I think you need to know is from my favorite psychologist, Abraham Maslow. He said, all of life is education, and everybody is a teacher, and everybody is forever a pupil. Everyone has a lesson that shaped them, and by caring enough to listen, it can be a powerful tool for growth. I never met my grandfather. Sadly, he died before I was born. But, although I do not condone that decision, he has been an inspiration to me because of the impact he made on others. Very rarely does my family talk about him. But there was one story that I would never forget. I asked my aunts, I asked my mom, I asked my grandma, and every time they retell this story, they talk about everyone walking in and greeting him and saying that he was kind. His life taught me that everyone has the ability to make an impact on another, and that kindness is a choice you make every day. We may be walking the stage, but the learning does not end here. The people you might at least expect to learn from might be the people who teach you the most. The lunch lady's never-ending smile, the janitor's question of how are you, or even the Walmart greeter saying God is good, are lessons in disguise. Therefore, take the opportunity to listen and notice, because each lesson changes you, shapes you, and makes you a better person than you woke up the morning before. Everything you do in life will come back to you, positive or negative. So take the extra step to make your mark a positive one, because actions always speak louder than words. The last piece of advice I have for you is to keep going. There are times where you will be confused, where road construction will feel like it never ends, and that you will feel like you want to give up. However, remember that you made it to this day because you persevered. Together, we were the freshman class of 2019, and there have been many obstacles for each and every one of us to bring us here today. But you put one foot in front of the other and got yourself to school. Most days, that is. Famous naturalist Walter Elliott once said, "Perseverance is not a long race. It is many short races, one after another." Mistakes will happen. Challenges will keep coming, and life may direct you in places you would have never thought possible. But you need to keep moving and put one foot in front of the other. As I leave you, I want each and every one of you to remember. Remember the good times in high school, like jamming out to Taylor Swift in Miss Freeman's room, celebrating a major win after a game, or movie nights with some of your closest friends. Remember the tough times like Mr. Arizon's physics class junior year, or a time you really struggled to get up in the morning, because those are lessons. Remember the family and friends that stood behind you through it all. Remember that every lesson you have learned thus far is an opportunity, and they are all around you. Remember to be kind, like my grandfather, so you can make a difference on others. Curious, like your younger selves, so that you can grow to new understandings and perspectives. Persistent, like all of the people here today, because they've all had their battles. And a lifelong learner, like successful people around the world choose to be every day. I implore you to remember your inner child and to go off into the world ready to face every challenge with an open heart and an open mind full of color, imagination, and freedom, like my Alice in Wonderland inspired me to do so long ago. This is just the beginning of our story, and you can become what you dream to be as long as you have the courage to dream it. Class of 2024, this is your time. So go off into the world with passion, and never forget, you are a T area Titan. Thank you.
I'd now like to welcome T area High School Band, as directed by Mrs. Rannick, performing Titan Spirit. Class of 2024 will now recognize friends and family with the presentation of the flowers with I Live by One Republic. this time, it is an honor to present for graduation those students who have completed all requirements set forth by the state of South Dakota and the T Area Board of Education. We present to you the graduating class of 2024. T Area School District School Board members, including T Area High School School Board member J.C. Bennett and Superintendent Dr. Jennifer Lowry, will now present the diplomas. Saida Britti Afa. Samuel Peter Allen. William James Adama. Josue Aaron Avila Telon. Madison Lee Botts. Landon Eugene Jerome Bamsey. Alexander Michael Bartel. Carson Olivia Bass. Ian Stabler Benelli. Zoe Catherine Bennett. Raiden Nadis Bermudez. Ava Tay Brayton. Samantha Lee Brown. Jillian Luella Buckman. Gavin Ray Byer. Braden Merle Cambier. Gwyneth Ann Campbell. Nathan Leroy Christensen. Jackson Lee Daggett. Tegan Aaron Dedula. Taylor May Delmonico. Ivy Matthew Denholm. Keegan James DeYoung. Ava Irene Drake. Nicholas Jeremy Dunkelberger. Peyton May Duper. Ethan Lee Edmond. Austin Brooke Eimers. Sophia Ann Elkin. Rock Thomas Ellingson. Emerson Jean Eric. Allison Marie Escobedo. Ashton Amos Farrell. Emily Ann Front. Evan William Front. Sydney Ann Danchow. Jenna Marie Gass. Shaylee Christine Geelan. Matthew Samuel Gonzalez Rosa, unable to be here today. Marva Elise Grant. Julia Pearl Paul. Tyler Elaine Haynes. Timothy Daniel Halbert. Brooklyn Diane Haldine. Addison Marie Hansen. Caden Christopher Hansen. Jocelyn Isabel Haberhals. Dominic Xavier Heyer. Shada Lee Hendrickson. First Anthony Hendrickson. Isaac Robert Hillman. Cadence Joy Horsley. Molly Marie Huss. Ryan Allen Inus. Holden Matthias Jellen. Taylor Lee Johannesson. Kennedy Grace Johannesson. Brianna Elizabeth Johnson. Gavin Henry Johnson. Isabella Ray Johnson. Madeline June Johnson. Zachary Aaron Johnson. Alex John Kaiser. Audrey Lane Kenyon. Malcolm Jeffrey Kettlehead. Emily Yuriko Kamango Goma. Ashland Daniel Klein. Andrew George Klinkhammer. Alexi Grace Koch. Ryland Alexa Conrad. Brooklyn Nicole Korber. Haley Grace Korber. Dylan Allen Larson. Justin Emerson Leyva Maldonado. Benjamin Thomas Lindholm. Carson Daniel Lord. Michaela Ann Mackey. Colton Sarah Elaine McDaniel. Noah Dale McGregor. Samantha Colleen McGuckin. Adriana Ryan McMahon. Logan Kennedy Mahalik. Tyler James Minogue. Avery Brian Moran. Afton Lene Murray. Keaton Joseph Newberg. Andrew Mark Oplin. Avery Lorraine Ostrom. Hayden Dean Otten. Presley Grace Portner. Nora Cynthia Price. Jack Ronald Walsett. Nathan Theodore Rankin. Alexander Lou Rimmer. Cooper Hollis Ritter. Oscar Jr. Rivas. Michael William Rosas. Tyler Jackson Roseboom. Shayla Angel Reese Nunez. Shayla Michelle Saavedra Padron. Jacob Matthew Scharfenberg. Mason Conley Schramm. Clayton Thomas Schwabach. Brianne Ray Semler. Rashad Shaban Shibley. Leah May Michelle Shine. Hayden Paul Sieber. Michaela Jean Sani. Caitlin Beth Sprackland. Brendan Kenneth Stenga. Fennell Beckenty Swore. Scarlett Rose Taylor. Isaac Dale Thompson. Seth Theodore Torgerson. Addison J. Towle. Addison Ray Towns. Jackson James Cheddar. Michaela Rayanne Tuavino. Allison Elizabeth Turek. Carter Irving Turek. Lauren Elizabeth Turgeon. Carter Katsutoshi Euler. Paige Anne Marie Van Hove. Caitlin Grace Masica. Madison Marie Labra. Brandon Michael Van Heusen. Ethan Bruce Viss. Karina Rose Vital. Noah Michael Watson. Maya K. Weber. Hayden Ann West. Hannah Marie West. Garrett Dwayne Weavinga. Justin Benjamin Weavinga. Maxwell J. Wilkin. Boston Douglas Williamson. Madison Marie Wiesner. Nathan William Wood. Matai Noah Yadasa. Ivan Zamora Gutierrez. Anthony Anatoly Zaturka. Blessing Karen Zion. Chi Zoe. Those in attendance, I now present you the High School class of 2024.